You're looking for the investment purpose,
You said, are
or
we?
you want to live in there,
Oh, you're saying, are we willing to rent or live in the property?
or you're going to live in the
Yeah.
property.
Yeah.
Oh, I
So,
thought you were buying to rent it for investment purposes.
yes, we are buying for investment purposes. We do. We have a wide variety range of what we do with our properties. From, of course, renting them or flipping them. We have private
Yeah, he can
funders.
easily get. I was getting 113.50, but I was not charging her more because she was alone. Rent, husband died, so I was charging 30. But you could easily get over $2,000 for that house,
Okay,
easily.
you said over 2K a month for the house.
Yeah, oh, two for rent. I mean, talking about.
Yeah, for rent. Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah,
All right, and you said you're, of course, getting the roof is about to be
yeah, yeah. Roof
updated.
is getting done.
Uh
I
huh.
already paid him. He already got the material. It's unfortunate the weather was so hot.
Mm.
Otherwise, I was willing to go with today in the morning.
Mhm.
And he
Mhm.
said, no, let's wait till Saturday. I said, Saturday, he says it's 40 degree. Monday, 60 degrees. So let's do it Monday. I said, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh well. I mean, I hope of course, with the weather and everything, it definitely slows everything up.
Yeah.
Do you know the last time the foundation was inspected?
The guy came in when the inspector did
Mhm.
from the other people's house. He checked everything. Pipes and all the way
Yeah.
through. And how they charge it, $350 or something like that
Oh,
to
okay.
check everything. And that's how he found out the roof was had a hail damage.
Yeah. And you said you said when did they do the inspection for the roof and the
Yeah,
pipes?
in January, I guess.
January. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, 2 days before we were supposed to close. 14th.
Wow. Wow. How
The
aggravating, I
first
could
he said,
assume.
the first is that we're getting the inspection only for thing, and if we find something, we'll buy as it is. We
Mhm.
don't want to do any changes. But then she changed her mind. You want to change the roof.
Mm. Yeah.
Anyway.
Now, see, since you're getting the roof updated, have you done any other modifications or renovations to the home, like
No,
the
no, there's
kitchen
nothing
or the
required anymore.
bathroom?
Everything is fine. Yeah, the paints and everything is done. Maybe a minor thing that she was saying, the door knob or something like that knob. Very small things.
Hmm.
But then she said, no, we'll take as it is.
Okay.
That's why we agreed to 90. Yeah, that's what I was asking. 300,000. She said, no, we buy everything. I said, okay, we give you for 290.
Okay, so you would be okay with moving forward with to make it a smooth and easy transaction with 290?
I think for 290, I told her, but I had a couple of costs incurred with my roofing, my
Hmm.
closing, my deductible and everything. So I
Okay.
at least have to charge you that one. Yeah, 3,000 more at least.
Okay, so around 3,000 more than 290. So
Yeah.
around 293. Okay, and so your offer would basically be contingent upon the price of your of the roof, correct?
And the roof is all, yeah, yeah. Yeah, because the roof is all done, but my cost, I'm adding it more, that's all.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
the family agreed that time. Says, why don't we pay you your cost? And then she backed out. I said, anyway, that's fine.
Mhm. Mhm. Cool. Okay. So I see that and you are living in this property, or do you not live in this property?
No, no, right now I'm living in Dallas. I don't live there right now.
Oh, okay. You stay in Dallas, Texas. I'm in Dallas, Texas as
Yeah,
well.
he's empty, yeah. Another thing, when you talk to Maria,
Mhm.
tell her to send you the video so you can look at the video. Very nice
Mhm.
pictures
Mhm.
and everything. You'll like it probably.
Yeah, definitely.
Where do you live right now?
I'll reach out to her. Now, my question is, I know that you say, since I know your realtor Maria has been working really hard trying to, get everything situated. You said since December, and you were open to having the conversation with her for us to be able to, handle the transaction for you with the cash offer. Now, how soon would you be willing to have that conversation with Maria? Now, of course, the sooner the better. I'd like to, get everything handled for you. We move very efficiently and quickly, so we try to
Yeah.
take the
But
hassle
the thing
off
is,
it for you.
what do you want to talk to her?
I'm
What
sorry.
should I say? What do I say? Well, I think if you talk to her
Hmm.
and then tell her that I was thinking to doing this way, and Muhammad will take care of your
Yeah.
expenses, commission. See what she says, and we go from there.
Yeah. Do you know how long
But
your contract with Maria was for her to sell your home?
oh, I have no idea. I think there's a contract, 3 months or something. Usually, I don't even look at it, that one.
Okay, so the time is so you do you think would you say that the time is coming around, it's around that time where the contract would be terminated, or not valid anymore? You would have to have a contract with her?
No, I don't have to. Once I done, if I get a person like you directly, then I
Hmm.
deal with that one. But you can still deal that one, and then I'll pay my own. From my money, I pay the commission because she worked very hard
Yeah, yeah,
to do
yeah.
the video. 2 times she went there and did all those things.
Okay.
Or maybe I can talk to Maria, but we are not sure whether we are getting this deal done or not with you. Right?
Of course,
So,
of course.
yeah. So, you want me to talk to Maria, and then you want to talk to her? I don't know how you want to do it.
Well, if it's
If
up to you, Muhammad, if you
does he
feel,
wanna accept an offer now?
do you want to accept an offer right now? Are you ready to move forward? Because if you are, then I have no problem. I can run some numbers for you, and we can see if we can
Yeah,
agree.
okay, show me the number and I'll talk to her.
Yep.
But that was my offer. 293 was my offer already.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, I think it looks like we might be able to help. Now I'm going to press you on a brief hold to see if I can get you
Yeah,
approved for a cash offer. I'll be right back.
okay.
Okay.
Woo!
All right. So the price right now is at 315, right?
That's what is listed on the Zillow.
He was saying he's willing to take what?
He said, well, he's willing to say 293. He had a property under contract for two. He had the property under contract for 290, but they weren't able to close. And now he's about to get his roof done, which he says is going to be around three
Oh,
to five k.
yeah. Okay. Well, here's the thing. Um, I mean, as an ovation, the most we could offer is like, bro, yeah, I mean, the most we can offer is 227,000.
Okay. Okay.
In my
Now.
experience, if they say it's been under contract and fell through,
Hmm.
it's really difficult to sell on the back end because most
Hmm.
people in the market have seen it at that point, and now if it's gone out at a different number, automatically when they see that address, people turn their head. Unless it was under contract and marketed for 290, and then now you're selling it for 190. Now you're going to turn heads. But if it's been under contract and fell through, there's a reason usually.
Yep.
Well, it hasn't fell through yet, but the time is coming close because he said he got it under. They got the contract for 90 days, and it's been since December. So I'm guessing she hasn't been able to find a buyer for it.
Tayani says it's already listed, so it won't be an ovation. Um, it'll need to be a cash price. And I mean, yeah, she makes a good point. This is a good point
Yeah, that
because
makes sense.
so so um so all right, so let's talk about it at a cash price. Um, let's see here.
Now, how should I present him this offer? Because of course, I'm pretty
It's still
sure.
it's still similar. It's yeah, I mean it's still similar to what I was saying because um um the house is turnkey. Like it's completely turnkey. Um so but I mean it is lower. Um we can sell this property for 230. So I mean we need to be at 200, like between 190 200 in order to move this property. And I would say exactly what CJ is saying, that I mean, um, just based on the market, the fact that other people have seen it, if it looks like this deal falls through, then that's, what I mean, it's going to be extremely difficult to move it. And not for nothing, we are investors. You know what I mean? Um,
Hmm.
so in the end, I mean, we can just present him the offer and see what his thoughts are.
All right, cool. All right, I'm gonna follow the script. All right, I'm gonna anchor at 190, and then I'm gonna give him two.
I couldn't really hear him. Did you pull a motivation? Was there a reason why he's looking to sell?
Well, he was just saying that he well, other than the fact that he told me that he was moving to Minnesota, you said, or where'd you say he was moving, Aaron?
Washington.
Washington. Yeah, that was the only motivation. I really wasn't able to get more motivation because directed me to his agent, and then I was trying to, just pull out the little information that I could from him. But I mean, I'm gonna present him the offer. Hey, Mr. Muhammad, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
So, good news. It looks like we do have an approval for an offer for you. I'll get that ready for you here in about a minute or so. But before I get that number for you, I wanted to let you know that, of course, I got the approval to pay all the closing costs and all the realtor commissions, so we'd be able to close quickly as long as the title is clear. Now, I know that you said that there is an existing mortgage, so I take that in consideration. So, but there are a couple of things really quickly. The first thing I wanted to share with you is that we do specialize in making the sales process for property owners fast, easy, and hands-free. So we usually handle all the paperwork, and so as soon as you approve the purchase agreement, and then all you have to do is sit back and wait for us to close on your property. And so I just wanted to make a note on whether you prefer a wire transfer or a certified check whenever we close on the property.
Okay, wire transfer is fine.
Wire transfer.
Yeah, but what will be the end? How much is the from the 293? How much is the total cost? You pay the mortgage, or I pay the mortgage?
One more time. You said
Uh,
would we pay the mortgage or would you pay the mortgage?
yeah, no, no. The mortgage payment should come out from the thing. Are you going to do it, or do I have to pay the mortgage company the whole thing?
The
Mhm.
the the
They will get the mortgage. They will get the payment, right? The payment is due from you from the transaction, right?
the mortgage
You see
comes
what I'm saying?
from
I
the
mean, like,
proceeds of the
what
transaction
I'm
and is
saying is,
paid
if we do the
directly from the
closing, when we
title
come to the
company.
agreement, the mortgage company will
Mhm.
get the thing paid first, right?
Yes, so the mortgage comes straight from the proceeds, and of course that would go through with with the title company.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
And how much is the total cost for this one?
Are you referring to the closing costs?
No, yeah, total cost. My total cost will be 293. Subtract the mortgage and subtract how many money? How much?
Well, are you I'm sorry, sir, are you referring to your offer? You said you were trying to figure out subject to what now?
No, no. I said you said you will pay the closing cost and you take care of everything.
Mhm.
Title. What will be my cost? That's what I'm asking.
Ah, yes, yes, I see. Yes. So, the number that we agree upon would be the number that you walk away with.
293.
Well, if we agree, well, so typically, let me get you the offer, sir. We'll allocate the funds for the property as soon as we get the green light, and so, the cash offer for you, we were able to, get the closing costs approved, and it looks like similar properties in your area are approved for around 190 in similar condition. However, I was able to, push it extra for about 200. So with that additional 10K, my team would honor if you could be able to, make the decision today. Of course, we would have to talk to your realtor.
No, okay. Wait a minute. What was the how much? Why you say how you come up with 200,000? What was that? The closing cost?
No, the 200,000 was is our. I'm sorry, my apologies. The 200,000 would be the asking price that we are presenting to you that you would walk away with.
Okay, I walk away with 200,000.
No. 200,000 is the
293,
offer,
and
and then
how can
his.
I walk away with 200,000? The price
No, no,
is
no. Yeah, he doesn't
293.
walk away with 200. 200 is the offer, and then he has the mortgage of 189. So he'd walk
Yeah.
away.
Closing cost.
He'd walk
So
away with 11,000 minus whatever he pays the realtor.
o- okay, so how it would work so our offer would be our offer, and then the mortgage would be paid from the offer, and then of course you would pay your proceeds for what's left from the offer and the mortgage to your agent.
Yeah,
Okay. Does that make sense? And
yeah. But let me ask you, uh, how much? Okay, we agree with 293, right?
293, that's your asking price?
Yeah, that's
Yes.
what he said. You got the approval for that.
No, I'm sorry. We were able to get an approval for 200
No, no, no. I told you, 290 is the offer, and I want 3,000 more because of the roof.
because of the roof. Yes, I understand. Um now with taking in consideration, the us paying the closing cost fees and us, handling all the extra miscellaneous fees when it comes to marketing the property. And yeah, that's how we got our offer for 200 based on the, comps in the area and the other similar properties to your similar property condition.
No, no, it was too much. I already had the offer for 237 already. So
Hmm.
200 is too less. So I mean, I don't think we can work it out this one.
Okay. Well,
Okay, thank you. Yeah,
I appreciate you, sir.
yeah.
Before you leave, Mr. Muhammad, did you have any other properties you would consider selling?
No, I don't have it. That's the only one I have on sale.
Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate you, and you enjoy the rest of your afternoon.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Okay, bye
Thank
bye.
you. Bye. A
Good job
headache.
getting the offer out. I love it. I love it. I love it.
A headache.
Yeah, while you were while you're on the call, like Eric Boone is like confused in the chat. He's like, okay, so how does this deal work? This
We just trying to get through the conversation. It doesn't
yeah,
work. That's the thing. It
yeah.
doesn't.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
so here's the thing. We make the offer no matter what. Make the
Yeah.
offer no matter what, y'all.
Yeah.
And but we kind of got the sense that the gentleman wasn't really that motivated. Um so but he did explain, did he explain why his original asking was 250, or was he saying that he was never asking 250?
Yeah, he said he was never asking 250. And he said he initially had got the property locked under contract for 290, but they weren't able to move it. And so that's where his asking price was initially, was that 290 plus the extra 3K, which would be the cost to get his roof fixed.
Yeah. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah. So I tried my best with presenting that offer, and yeah.
Yeah, and you did good. You did good.
Well,
I love it. I
thanks.
love it. I love it. Okay, so we got our next one. And I think that we have Eli says you did great. Chandler, closer to the yes, yes. Oh yeah, closer to the yes, 100%. I love it. I love the love in the chat. Love the love in the chat. And CJ, um you had thrown out there a little feedback about if the property is has already been on the market and a an offer fell through, that it kind of has an effect on what other people are seeing, right? Can you just speak on that really quick?
Yeah, in my experience, every time that I have gotten a property under, and then, or like sometimes the seller will say, like, hey, I just had somebody else offer me and it fell through. They weren't able to bring funds to the closing, whatever that may be. That usually tells me it was another wholesaler. And so, if they marketed it out there, and especially if it got marketed on Facebook or something like that, and all these buyers have seen it, whenever they see that address come up again, a lot of times they just scoot on past it, especially if it's a similar price. Now, if you do some digging on that first and tell them, like, hey, let me give you a call back tomorrow and I get you another offer, and you find out what it was thrown out there for, and you can have it at a discount from that, then you're going to have some better, traction on it. But normally it's just the same deal, different person marketing it, and, buyers already know and they're not going to look into it. And then I did want to give another piece of feedback on that. In this case, where it's like a, turnkey, almost ready, and there's not too much motivation behind it, I would save your bullet points for after you give the offer. So I would go ahead and throw that offer out there because they're not going to like it. They're not going to like it. So then I would say that does include closing costs, and that includes there's no realtor fees. We will close quick. It's all cash, versus whenever you're saying all that up front, it almost builds it up in their head as like, oh boy, they're coming in with a low offer. So, you know, that would be a feedback point on that. If there's not too much motivation behind it,
Note taken. Note taken. Thank you.
throw that offer out there and then use your bullet points behind that on why that offer is valid.
Yeah, good feedback. Good feedback, CJ. Yeah, this he kind of switched it up on us because we didn't know it was listed. and
Yeah,
and uh but yeah, yeah, love the feedback. And then
those can be
also,
difficult.
Yeah. And then also Tayani brought up a good point too. She kind of checked me because I'm running the numbers as a
A
novation here.
novation when it's
And
already listed.
she's like, okay, but if it's already listed, um, then even running it as a novation wouldn't make sense. We would need to run it as a cash offer, which was super valid. And so good feedback. Tayani, I don't know if you can speak on that. Tayani runs disposition for our team, and she's an absolute monster. I don't know if you're in a position, Tayani, to expound on that. Um,
Hi guys. I don't get to
what up?
Hi,
come
What
on
up?
here often
Tayani.
with you. It's so cool hearing you on the call, Chandler. I love it.
Thank you.
Um, Yeah, so just coming from like the disposition side of it, if it's already listed, that means and they have almost had it for like 90 days, people saw it already. If they can't move it at 290 and then we're gonna have to go and relist it, it's probably gonna be exposed to the same amount of people. So it would only
Hmm.
make sense as a cash deal to blast it out to investors. But you did a really great job at like getting more information out of him, because if we didn't
Hmm.
know that he had it locked up before for 290 and then like CJ was saying we go and relist it for 290, I'm going to get the feedback like, we just saw this listed for 275 2 weeks ago, why are you trying to get it for 290 now? And then that's going
Yeah.
to make me look like, oh, I don't know my numbers. um
Hmm. Hmm.
but relisting it wouldn't make any sense. And then one thing that I did want to add, and everybody has their own different approach, and I can totally see the why you did the approach that you did. I take a more direct approach, but I work with investors, so it's sometimes hard for me to like empathize with sellers.
Now,
Um,
can you elaborate whenever you're talking about what approach? What do you mean?
yeah, so when you were like, so do you want this in a wire or a check? And this is what we
Hmm.
could like, you were just detailing it more, and I get is because we was coming in at a super low offer. I would have been like, hey, we got approved by our funding team. I'm not sure if deal is gonna make sense for you, but what we can do is 190,000. What do you think about that? And then I would have
Hmm.
left it alone, because then that's when he started getting confused. He's like, wait, an additional 200? You're gonna give me 200 and then like pay the other
Yeah.
290?
Yeah.
So
And
when
see, I
there's
didn't
more
even have a
words
clear
added, it gets
understanding.
confused. Yeah,
Yeah, I didn't have a clear understanding of as far as like how that works, but now I know that if there is an existing mortgage, that the title company will pay out of our asking price and they will get whatever's left.
correct. We never pay the
Okay.
mortgage.
Right. Okay.
But
Yeah.
great job.
Thank
Thanks for
you.
the feedback, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Beautiful,
I'll take all
beautiful.
the feedback, everyone. Everyone, all the feedback helps.
All right, so who is next on our list here? Um, let's go ahead and bring this one up.
Come on,
This one
Kate. It's Kate.
is it, Kate? All right, Kate, are you ready for this? No, 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 no.
Hey, how y'all
Come
doing?
on, Kate.
Kate
Chandler,
is
how are
a.
you? You set the stage, of course.
Well, thank you. Now it's up to you. Come on, let's get a property locked under contract.
Let's get it. Let's
Okay.
get it.
Deep breaths, detach.
All right, and I just want to throw out there. I want to throw out there. Thank you everybody for the feedback. Um, for Chandler. With that said, um, I do want to stick up for Chandler a little bit. Not that he needs anybody to stick up for him, but he followed the script perfectly. What Chandler didn't know, um, what because it was different from the notes, is that it looks like from the notes that there was motivation. The person is moving, that there is a significant uh um uh amount of equity in the deal, and all of a sudden when Chandler goes into it, he it's like, no, there's no motivation. The guy's fixing up his roof, it's listed on the MLS, and Chandler's like ambushed with all of this information. So like, for the more seasoned people in here who are like, wait, I don't see how this is a deal, what is happening, just understand the context behind it, and why Chandler's approach was as if this was a motivated seller. Just kind of throwing that out there. But all the feedback was absolutely correct, absolutely right. I'm just also throwing in context, to be fair. All right, so Kate, I'm about to send you this seller's name, boom, the seller's number, boom, boom, Tiani's like, this is so fun. You know what would be really cool, Tiani? If you came more often and offered us your expertise as our community disposition. Guys, just so y'all know, Tiani she really is a superstar. We always give her kudos, and she is legitimately, when I say that she's like the voice of reason, she is like behind the scenes. She is not afraid to speak up and be like, yo, like, what's really good?
I was just typing it in the chat and then you start, so I'll just touch on it really quickly. Like me and Aaron
We
debate
love
this
you,
all the time, but
Tiani.
guys, oh, I love you guys too. You can have the most perfect numbers and underwrite your deal perfectly and have all the information in front of you, and then you'll send it to me and I'm like, no. And you're like, excuse me, ma'am. And it's not because you did anything wrong. Sometimes you can have the most perfect deal, but especially when you're emerging into a new market, like these markets have a mind of their own. And so we had a deal that came in and we're like, Aaron's like, I was like, I don't know about these numbers only because I have more insight on these markets than Aaron does because Aaron's not talking to the investors in these areas. So then when it comes to me and he's like, but I literally got on the call with you. We ran these numbers. I showed you like 25 properties that say we can move it at this. And I'm like, I understand that, but my 15 buyers just told me that we need to be at this price. And it will go completely against. I think the comp said that we can sell it for like 80, 90, and my buyers were like, we need it at like 40. So, um, don't think it was anything you did, Chandler, because you can have the perfect comps and make it make sense, but if the market isn't there, the market isn't there.
And see that, Tiani, that's so funny that you said that because that goes to ask like with those with your formula, Aaron, why don't you ever include, the fact that what buyers buy at in the area, like the market cost or the market class, whatever it's called.
They are
There
right.
is, yeah,
Because
yeah.
sometimes it is a new market and you won't know that until you get a specific deal in it and get physical buyer feedback. For example, we had a deal in, was it our Detroit deals? No, it was our Cleveland deals. And they made sense. It was a portfolio of like 45 units. And I blasted, I think I spoke to over 100 buyers individually. And they were like, yeah, it could make sense, but there's so much inventory here that I could go right next door and buy the exact same property that you're selling for me for 10K and be on my merry way. And so sometimes it really just is the market, or it's just local buyers that are like, hey, I've always done it this way and I don't care what your numbers say, this is what I'm sticking to. So for Aaron to come to you guys and say, hey, I need it to do like we're doing this way, there's nothing wrong with the way he's running it. It's just sometimes buyers in certain markets are very specific and you won't know that until you get it to the dispo side.
Yeah. Now,
Okay.
I will say what we are learning. Now, what I will say is what we are learning is that there are markets that do this more often than others. For example, Detroit, St. Louis, some markets in Ohio and Memphis, where Cleveland, where our numbers like for the rest of America are like perfect. But your local buyers are gonna be like, nobody's ever gonna buy it like that here. And so we just take that information and utilize it in the next deal that, okay, in these markets, we have to be a lot more conservative because, yes, the 1% rule works for your average investor, but in certain markets, you need to be at 2%. You know what I mean? Otherwise, it doesn't make sense just because, that's the way they buy there. So just something to keep in mind. That's why I'm like, low key, like joking with Tiani, but like not joking, like it would be amazing to have you in here. But yeah, something to keep in mind. With that said, Miss Kate, this deal right here, can I give you some insight into it?
Please.
The seller says it's in excellent condition. I'm seeing an ARV of 670,000. And the seller, according to this, is asking between 520 and 525. So this seems
Do we know anything about the motivations or timelines? Any other notes?
The seller says their motivation is because they are interested in liquidating the property. So that doesn't give me much. That's all I have. And their timeline is between 1 and 2 months. Exactly. Tayani's like, Tayani, here's the deal is in Cleveland. Not even seeing the deal. I need it lower. I can't stand Tayani, but you can only argue with your dispo so much, y'all. You gotta understand. Can I share something really quick, Kate, before you make the call?
Yeah,
Here's
please.
the thing. Here's the thing, y'all. Whenever Tayani got in this role, one of the things that I explained to her is your job is to be the designated bubble popper. Like like her, she is supposed to advocate for her buyers. And so like she took that advice to heart. I think she low key enjoys watching the look on our face when she's like, no, like this is where, but the reality is we learn so much, and it is a healthy banter because it gives us opportunity to be able to refine our numbers. You want somebody like this on your team. If you have a yes man on your team, you're gonna be miserable. So you want somebody who's gonna tell you exactly how it is. And so it doesn't matter if you're the CEO or whatever. You got to listen to the people on your team that are not afraid to speak up and tell you what it is, y'all. So, um, guys, please show Tayani lots of love because I want her to feel warm and welcome here because I want her to want to come back here because she can provide us with so much insight. Okay, Kate, you have our undivided attention. Let's question. This looks like a good deal.
Alrighty, sounds good.
Oh,
Hey, Tony.
yeah.
Hey, this is Kate.
Okay.
Hi, I was calling about your property on Timber Green. You spoke with one of my agents recently, and I just wanted to call and introduce myself because I'll be the one making you an offer on the property if you have a few minutes.
Okay. Go ahead and make me an offer then.
Oh, perfect. Well,
The way this works.
the way this normally, you still there, Tony?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. Well, the way this call normally goes is I'll start by asking you some questions about the property just to confirm
Okay.
what I see. And then you might have some questions for me, which is totally fine. If that sounds like I can help and the property qualifies for a cash offer, normally we just review a purchase agreement and you can decide whether or not you like that offer. Is that fair?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
I know what
perfect.
it's worth.
Okay. What is it worth? What number would work for you?
About 570.
570? Okay.
Yeah.
Can I ask you
It's got a new roof. It's got new flooring. It's got new AC. And it's been painted outside just a year ago.
Okay.
So it's got new paint, new roof, and new AC. And there's new hardwood floors all through the bottom floor, pecan custom.
Okay.
The upstairs had it all hardwood floors upstairs.
Okay. And you
That's
said
about it, I guess.
that sounds great. It sounds like you've been doing a lot of work on that property.
I have.
Excellent. Can I ask the age of the roof repair? You said it's new?
Brand new. It's 1 year old.
Okay.
Same as the paint. Same time.
And you said the new AC as well. Is that a year old?
Yeah.
Okay,
There's two of them, both of them have been changed.
okay. You said within the last year.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, excellent. And how about the foundation? When was the last time that was inspected?
Foundation good. My buddy and looked at it and he said everything's good on the foundation.
And about
He's
what,
the foundation guy.
when was that?
Just the other week he came over. I asked him to go around and look at it, and when I looked at it, he said everything looked good. And we got a swimming pool too with a gazebo.
Okay. Okay. Is there anything else about the condition of the property that I should be aware of?
I don't think so, no.
Okay.
It's in good shape.
Okay, excellent. I like to hear that, Tony. Thank you for sharing all of that information with me.
We're on an acre and a quarter.
Okay,
We're trying to buy wood.
okay,
Can't see our neighbors. Can't see our neighbors. But you can see the street.
okay, excellent.
Yeah.
Well, before we even get started, what motivates you to sell the property right now?
I need to downsize. Our kids have already left.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. So if you're looking to downsize, what's your timeline? When are you thinking would be a good time for this sale to go through? We got disconnected. I'm about to call him right back. I
Okay.
didn't read anything.
No, you're good. You're good. You're doing amazing. You're doing amazing. Just keep running it. Just keep running it. And whenever you're ready to put them on pause, I'm going to share with you the comps and our offer. But we're doing good.
Okay, before I get there, I'm gonna try and figure out why he went from 520 to 525 to 570, but yeah.
Yep. But regardless, there's opportunity here, and you should be excited. So let's get it. Eric, what are you using to comp? Propelio.
Call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
I'm using MLS comps, Eric, from Propelio.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
I'm about to call him from my personal number in a second.
It sounds like his phone died.
It might have been.
Your call has been forwarded to an auto.
He forwarded it.
So I've got his wife's number here too on Deal Machine. So I can either call that or I can call from my personal number.
Why don't we do both? Something has happened. It doesn't strike me that he would. Yeah, but it doesn't strike me that he. I'm sorry. It doesn't strike me that he's like. This is negative. So I would do both. Let's just do both, Kate. Let's just exhaust our options here. Until a person says, "Hey, do not call me anymore. I don't want to talk." That's what I'm saying. I think his phone died. But I'm just giving him the benefit of the doubt. If you don't tell me that to stop calling you, I'm gonna sincerely, I'm gonna play the naive card and be like, something happened, and I'm gonna keep calling you because I'm gonna assume you still want to talk to me. And these numbers are too good for us not to.
Call has been forwarded to an automated voice message.
Do you guys want to hear a funny story?
I-
One time, the seller told me, like, they hung up on me as soon as I mentioned their property. And so I called her back and I was like, hey, I think we got disconnected. And she was like, yeah, we did. But it took me by such surprise because I was expecting her to be like, no, I didn't. And so when she said that, I stood quiet for like a minute and she was like, are you there? Funny story.
Hilarious.
The wife's phone number is on Do Not Call. Do you guys on your end have any additional phone lines? I have their landline, but it says no
Let's see.
data for the last.
Here, let's see. Let's skip trace it. Let's skip trace it one time. Let me put on my detective hat.
I have their landline ending in 0777. I'm about to dial.
Okay. I'm looking it up right now.
Okay.
Mm. Mhm. Mhm.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system.
What's the seller's name?
Tony Brown, Tony and Robin.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
Magnolia, Texas, correct?
Yes, sir.
I think I might have found him. Let me see here. Okay, I have a can you compare this phone number?
Yep.
I have a 281-642-3884.
Yep, that's Tony's.
Oh, it's the same one?
Yep.
Okay, well, I mean it's accurate. Oh well, obviously, we were talking to him. Let's see if I have another one.
The landline I have is ending in 0777. And then the wife's phone number is ending in 1816, but it's on do not call. Which
Um,
I'll
I
dial
mean,
I'll dial that and mea culpa. Like, oops.
no, yeah, no, I would because if you don't want to, I will do it because but if I'm talking to your husband and I don't know what happened, I'm gonna assume that I can call you and that that DNC does not apply to me. Um, if you don't feel comfortable, then I will 100% call.
Oh no, I'm saying I'm comfortable. I'm about to dial.
Okay, cool. But yeah, I'm all those numbers that you see, I have all those here on my skip trace, and so yeah, it looks accurate.
Subscriber you have dialed is not in service.
Nope, that number is not working anymore. So his is still ringing through.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
Tony Brown.
Well, dude, answer the phone.
Is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options. To leave a callback number, press 5.
Hey Tony, this is Kate. We were just chatting about your property on Timber Green Drive, and I think we got disconnected. I just want to reach back out and make sure you had my number, 210-920-4438, so we can finish that conversation and I can get you an offer today. I just want to remind you that I do purchase properties in as is condition. I can close really fast and I cover all of the closing costs, so you don't have to worry about any of that. So give me a call back as soon as you can. Thanks. I look forward to talking to you. Bye-bye. I'm gonna
Okay, good job. What's up, Kate?
I'm about to text him as well.
Yeah, text him, good job. So guys, notice how I just want to reiterate this. Notice how Kate exhausted all her options, and she hit him with the multiple calls and the voicemail and the text message. We have to reiterate this. I want everybody to keep in mind, if you are not touching the seller 5 times in one sitting, you did not reach out to that seller. This is the world of marketing. This is the world of marketing in 2025. You are Pepsi, you're Coca-Cola, you're McDonald's. All right. I cannot emphasize this enough. And by the way, this is not a preference thing. This is not a this is not a do it Aaron's way thing. This is a I want you to get paid and you need to compete for these people's attention. So be guerrilla about this. You're not being annoying, you're not being disrespectful. And I want you to take the mindset of not only from a not only from like a not even like a personality side, but from a practical side that people are so inundated with social media and TV and ads and things like this. um you're not being annoying. If they haven't told you to stop calling them, then we need to be aggressive. Because okay, and here's another reason why I'm saying this. uh I'm running these numbers, and I pulled it on the screen because I didn't want anybody to think that I'm just getting these numbers from anywhere. But we have a 1996 four bedroom, 3 bath property on a little over an acre, and he bought the property
Share
for
your
400.
screen so they could see what you're seeing,
Yep.
please.
Yep. So check this out, y'all. We have a 4 bedroom, 1 bath, built in 1996. Check these numbers out, y'all. $3,533 dollars. Now, Kate, what I understood from this gentleman is that the property seems to be in excellent condition. He just updated the roof, but was there any structural items that need to be done? And does he need to and do are we going to need to do a cosmetic rehab here?
We didn't get through the rest of that. He said the
But
foundation was just checked by a friend of his and he said it was good. The roof was just done a year ago. Both AC units were just done within the last year. He said it was all new pecan flooring on the first and second floor, I believe, and all recently painted.
yeah, that's why I'm saying I was just assuming from. Go ahead.
What I was gonna say was on the size, what I'm seeing on Zillow has it listed as a 3,500 square foot. And then on Deal Machine says it doesn't list the bedroom numbers but it has 4.5 bath.
Yeah, and that's why I always like to verify with our seller. What do we look at? Because look, this has an acre. He said 1.25 acres.
Yeah. Yes, he did.
With that said, let's look at our comps, shall we?
Yes,
This is
sir.
a 2,900 square foot. Doesn't comp. Doesn't comp. Doesn't comp. Doesn't comp. So we're gonna ignore these. So the
Mhm.
360, 411, 485, we're ignoring those.
Mhm.
Doesn't comp. Ignoring. Doesn't comp. Oh, now we're getting into comparable range. Now remember that we want to be within a 10-year generational build according to appraisers. 1996 is our build, so we can go up to 2026. And so I'm sorry, 2006. I'm sorry, 2006. We can go between 1986 and 2006. Now we don't have that except for a pending here, but it's not comparable in square footage, but it is going for $1 million. It's been on the market 59 days. I'm sorry, not a pending, but a for sale. So we're going to use this as a reference because it's an indicator where the market's going or could be going. Here's what we do see, though. Here's what we do see. A little bit outside of comparable range, but definitely within generational year build in 20 days, within a 0.1 mile radius. So for 1 mil. Okay, but I'm not getting over optimistic here. Let's go to let's look at our other references. This doesn't comp, ignore it. This is our best comp right here, y'all. 2021. All right, so it's definitely beating us in generational build. However, significantly bigger lot than them. Okay, we are comparable size. We're in a 0.4 mile radius, so we're where we need to be in terms of geographic range. Everything else comps out, right? Because this is inaccurate here about our bed bath count. Everything else comps out except for a generational build. We need to take off $10,000 for generational build. However, let's take a look at the condition of the property and why it sold for this. This one has a pool. Does ours have a pool, Kate?
He said it had a pool and a gazebo.
So this is where his is. This is where ours is. Now, what we want to know is the other properties that are selling for much more, how close are these to ours? The $1 million properties are closer to ours. Boom. Boom. All right. Let's see here. All right. So what I'm seeing here based on these comps is based on the ones that are actually comparable. We have a couple that are within comp range, and that's 2219 Timberway and 1212 Tallow Park. Tallow Park is in a different neighborhood than us, even though it's within comparable range. Timberway is within our subdivision, and this is within comparable range. I'm sorry, it's a little bit out of our comparable range in terms of bed bath count, so this is not where we are. I would say we're in between. We're in between here. I'd probably err around the 700, 690, 700. How much did he say he wanted, Kate?
He said 570.
All right, so let's see what we talking about here.
Okay, this one's my favorite. Oh yeah, it's that one too.
Yeah, so for this one, this for me is the perfect. I would want to know. I would want to know a little bit more about. Is he living there, or is he? We didn't get there, right?
Didn't get there.
This right here strikes me as the perfect novation. And please, y'all are looking at the numbers with me, so give me feedback. But if we are within comparable range here, I mean, I'm looking at selling this for like in the 680s, 670s fast on MLS. I mean, look at the days on market for these properties, y'all. $20 million property. It's in comparable range in the same neighborhood, 20, right? This one right here, this one sold for in 302 days. Let's see why. But I mean, it's an outlier. Why did it sell?
That one,
Um,
that one says
Go ahead.
land. Under
Huh?
property type, that says land. Does that mean
Oh,
it's
there you go. My bad. Yeah, I mean, yeah, something
area?
something was up with this. I mean, at the very least, it looks like more mature people owned this. Um, but for whatever reason, it wasn't as desirable. The average days on market 20, 10, 23, pending at 29, outlier 142. These obviously, this one right here obviously was something. There's something wrong with it because this is an outlier. 38, 32, 2, 79. Are y'all getting the point? Like where if properties are priced accordingly, right? This is a great market. And so, I mean, I'm seeing our property being able to go in the 690 range pretty easy. And I feel like that's being pretty conservative because yes, this is within a 0.5 mile radius. But if you take a look, watch this. Look, can everybody please pay attention to this? Because I know I get questioned about this. It's not in our neighborhood. I'm only using this to be conservative so nobody can argue with me and say I'm being overly optimistic. It sold for 705. That's why I was saying, hey, it's close. But look, it's not in our neighborhood. This is in the poor folks' neighborhood. And I'm being sarcastic. But ours is in Timber Green 04. Look at this. Our next comparable property. This one is a $1 million property and sold for in 20 days. So I'm only using this because it is within what the appraisers would call a concession range, which is it's under a mile, for something that is similar. But here's one that is within the actual subdivision that's also comparable. It's an older comp than our other one, so that gives us 21 years to play within. So this is within. So it's funny because this one is not within generational range, but it is within square footage range, Kate. But watch this. The one that's in our neighborhood is within generational range, but it's not within square footage range. So technically, this is not me being liberal here. I'm being conservative here. Technically, this is your comp, and we need to be taking off 10 to 15,000 for the square footage. Because this is actually in these, y'all see here, timber green, that's the subdivision. Subdivision, right? And so this is our comp. And so I would take off 10 to 15,000 for our square footage according to, so that would put us at about, I don't know, 900 and something thousand. So let's just say we're being I don't even know. We're probably missing something because these numbers are too crazy. If we were going to run the numbers the way my heart wants to run the numbers, and this is my heart is like the over optimistic wholesaler. Let me just be the over optimistic wholesaler because this is what I'm seeing. And argue with me, anybody who's here, argue with me. I'm gonna say $900,000 if the property is in excellent condition, and then we run $900,000 um, minus 10% for innovation is 90,000. And that would mean that we could sell it at 810,000. But then the logical part of me says, wait a minute. Why is this guy in this neighborhood with an excellent condition property? He just updated the roof. He just updated the HVAC. He just did the pecan floors. He just put a fresh coat of paint. It sounds like this property is in excellent condition. If you look it up on Zillow, it looks like it's in excellent condition. It's literally not only in the same subdivision as this one, but it's like Point Mile. Why is he only selling it for what does he say he's asking, Kate?
570.
And so it's like, then there's like the devil's advocate in me that's like, okay, so this just seems too good to be true for us to have a $250,000 novation. I don't know what's happening here, but something's wrong. And so, by the way, maybe we have a $250,000 novation here, but let's just be conservative and say that it's actually, let's just take the average between this right here, which is not in our subdivision, and this one, which is, and say it's actually 800. So I don't know. I'm just decreasing $100,000 because I don't know why it's so good. Is everybody following my numbers here, or does anybody disagree? Because like I'm just looking at what I'm seeing in terms of available comps, and this is aggregating from the MLS. So I'm just taking $100,000 off because I'm like, okay, something's happening where this is like too good to be true. So let's just take 800,000. And then now let's take from 800,000, 10% off of 800,000 on an ovation. Well, let's do a couple things really quick. If we do a cash deal with an ARV of 800,000, we can sell this for 600,000. So I'm not even doing an ovation. Let's just do a cash deal. Um, Wait, CC says looking at the one that hasn't sold in 60 days. Oh, me looking at okay, let's look at it. Why has this not sold in 60 days? Has a pool. Seems pretty nice. Yeah, it looks like it's in good condition. I mean, it's definitely not renovated. This looks like it came straight out of 2000 and I don't know, 14, 2013. This looks like it came out of 2013, but it was influenced by like the early 2000s. This looks, what this reminds me of? This reminds me of something that was like came straight out of 2014, 2013, but like it was older people. You know what I'm saying? Are y'all getting catching my vibe? Like this is you know what I mean? Like it's a great condition, but it's definitely not renovated. I mean, like look at the floors here. You can tell this is like it's in great condition, but it's not. All right. It's also listed for 999,000. It's been there 59 days. Yeah, I mean, it has to be taken into consideration with the rest of these that are selling for 20 days. Why did this smaller property that was within the same generational build on a smaller lot sell for 20 days? That was right next to it. Well, let's see. Let's look at it. There you go. Here's why. Same thing. It's got similar square footage. It's smaller actually because it's updated. Look at this. These are modern colors. This looks like a modern couple. Look at this design. Like this is obviously modern. That's why it sold in 20 days. So we have our answer. That's why the other house, this one makes the other house look haunted, right? Look at this. Look at this, y'all. Look at the attention to detail. All of this looks very modern, doesn't it? Mind you, guys, can I throw out another detail here? All of these properties that are sold have sold within the last 6 months. So these are accurate comps. I mean, we have our answer. It's undeniable. This sold being smaller and within the same generational build because it is updated. So what we need to know, Kate, is what condition what condition is the property in, because that's really going to be our thing. But here's what I'm saying. Regardless, Kate, as a cash deal, and this is me being ultra conservative, because remember, for no reason I just took off 200,000 for no other reason other than like Tiani's here and like low key she's making me nervous. So I just took off 200,000 to be conservative, but I don't have a logical reason for why I'm doing that. But if you just said, hey, the ARV is 800,000, then yeah, I mean, and then we do our cash deal. Um, as by the way, not even as a turnkey, as a cosmetic rehab, we can sell this for 600,000. And you said he's asking for how much?
570.
I don't know why this guy is offering us such a good deal, Kate. But my thing is, why is he not picking up? Because it's making me it's giving me anxiety. I think let's try one more time. Can we just try one more time? Because like this deal seems.
I'll try a second time because I called while you were talking. Not that I wasn't listening to you, of course, but I was also doing.
I would have gladly shut up had I heard him start talking. Yeah, and he's like, I knew it. She's like, he would never be this conservative if I wasn't here, and you're right.
He would be like, offer her 800 now. Like, what?
Your call has
I'm about to call Mrs. Brown again.
Let's just try it. It's worth it because I mean, this just looks like one of those deals where I don't like what's happening as to why he is so motivated. Like something is happening here, but it makes me happy.
The subscriber you have dialed.
No,
Nothing?
nope. I think she blocked me.
No way.
No, like that one wasn't. Oh, I guess her first one. I'm hoping it's just dinner time.
He sounded like he wanted to sell though. Yeah, I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. I think something has happened and he still wants to sell because he was like entertaining the conversation.
Your call has been forwarded to automatic voice message system. Sorry, the mailbox belonging to 83293407777 is full and will not receive your message.
I'm just gonna keep bothering them.
Yeah, let's just do that. I mean, it's 6:04. Kate, run with this lead. I will also say this. I'll also say this. I know we've been on you over 2 hours, so we've had a lot of drop-offs. We'll make an announcement in the group, but Miles is our chief underwriter. He is taking a step back because he has some personal items that he has to take care of. So if anybody's been reaching out to him and he's been a little bit AWOL, he is please for right now send deals to CC and or me, preferably CC. That way she can bottom line getting the deals, getting your deals facilitated in a speedy manner. That way we're not in a position where we're waiting on offers, we're waiting on contracts, and CC will bottom line this. We are in the process of working with our team to get somebody to fill Miles' spot very, very quickly. And we're already working on it, and we're getting our team prepped. So
Aaron,
just
is my boy okay?
what's up?
Is he okay?
He's gonna be fine. He's gonna be fine. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, he'll be fine. If y'all want to send him love, I'm sure he'll appreciate all the love.
for
Just
sure.
send him love and not deals. Send us
Right.
the deals, okay? I don't want y'all. I don't want anybody. I don't. But
Bother.
Edmund, I'll call you in a little bit. Kate, especially this deal. Kate, you better send this deal to us so that we can help you with this. This is looking like a good deal.
So just to be clear on, if he asks for 570, give it to him and don't argue.
If you
What's the top end that you're comfortable with?
Here's my thing. If the good Lord motivates you in your spirit to try to play with the numbers, I won't stop you. However, I'm so happy with these numbers. Like, why would we not just give the man what he wants? And here's what I would do. Here's honestly what I would do. Um, I would kind of allude to I'd like to be a little bit lower just so I can. But would you, if I could give you what you want now, would you be willing to review the paperwork with me and my team? That way we could see if everything makes sense, and then we can just make this an easy peasy sort of transaction and move forward.
Perfect.
Tiani is like, go at 500, JK. I tend to be the most conservative out of all of us. Yeah, I mean, if you find it in your spirit, Kate, to go low and just to see where you can get this, I'm not mad at it, but I don't see why in the world. What I would do too, try to uncover all the facts regarding all of the condition of the property. And because he did a fresh coat of paint, like what does it look like? Can we get an does it look like it just hopped out of HGTV? What colors did you paint it? What color of the cabinets? Because obviously that matters, right? The other property, is still pending and it's bigger than us at 999, and this one is and the one that sold was smaller and sold for 1,075,000 in 20 days. So the condition of the cosmetics is everything here.
What,
So
for my context and looking at these numbers with the kind of different comp addresses and considerations, what's the break even, the point that this is no longer a deal?
this is no longer a deal at because remember my numbers are really conservative, so I'm calling like $800,000 ARV and a cosmetic rehab. Um, you know what I mean? We can sell it for 600. So being conservative, 600 is your break even. Tana says, I do like Aaron's approach. I would like to be a little lower. It's 75. Okay, if it is, we can offer you. You're asking, are you willing to move forward? Yeah, exactly. But it's the if I can you. 600 and I'm not gonna. I think we should start right there. But I will say, I really feel like the ARV is a lot higher than 800. I'm not even gonna lie. Like the 800, like it's definitely big, higher than 800 for sure. Let's just run those numbers because I think you need to be equipped with that. No, honestly, just run with those numbers and then on the disposition, Tayani will confirm everything else. But I mean, you're already in the green. You are already in the green for a massive deal. Should you get him on the line and just give him what he wants? If you can flirt with going lower, I would, just to kind of let him know, we're ready to move forward now. And then we'll be on standby. We'll be on standby. But I'm not gonna sleep until I know that
No,
we've talked.
no pressure.
No pressure though. But all right, I love it. Good job, Kate. Thank you everybody for hopping on the group dial today. Super, super good call. Thank you, Tiani, for hopping on. Thank you guys. Edmund, I'm gonna call you right now for an update.